Hello and welcome. Today I wanted to show you the few things that I sold in my eBay business over this last weekend. It was New Year's weekend. I was actually out of town. So because of my eBay business, I was able to fund my entire vacation on the sales I made in the weekend I was gone. So did you hear that? I paid for the whole vacation I was currently on while my business worked at home for me. That is what I love about the eBay business. So I am a full-time reseller, and here is what sold this weekend. Starting off, I wanted to go over a few small things, and then one item in particular sold for over $300. So I don't usually like to talk too many numbers, but I want to keep it transparent. These 5 things that I'm going to show you right now had a gross profit of over $500, just in these 5 things. The whole weekend in sales, I had 19 items total. I'll show you some of those other little bread and butter items, but it was a total of over $800 in gross sales. So for a New Year's weekend, I will definitely take it. So let me show you what it is. Starting off with this Bissell vacuum pet cleaner. I thought it was actually worth a little bit more than what it sold for. The bigger ones, I'll get $50 plus over, sometimes $75. This one is a little handheld guy, and he only sold for $32, but I paid $15 for it. It does have the charger, but will I buy it again? Not if I'm paying that much for it. Next, we have this Emerald Tefal air fryer, or deep fryer, not an air fryer. It's a deep fryer. I picked it up at a garage sale, $15, sold for $50. It's kind of big and bulky, but it shouldn't be too hard to ship. I'll just package around it, put it in a big box. They paid for shipping. I'm not too worried. Next up is this PlayStation 2. I picked this up at my new favorite thrift store, Deseret Industries, and it was in the collector's case. I scored it for $10. I did not look up this particular model. So PlayStation 2s are worth usually about $100. That's a good safe number. This one should have been worth more if it worked. Wop wop. It did not work. It would power up, but it would not read the disc. So I don't know if it's bent, if what in the world happened. But I mean, this thing is tiny and it's a PlayStation 2. So I paid $10 for it, hoping it would work. It didn't. So I sold it for parts for $22. I was just in it to get my money back. At that point, whenever I buy something and it doesn't work, I have to evaluate if it's worth selling it for parts or just taking the write-off and recycling it. So in this case, it was worth selling for parts. So $22 plus shipping. I'll make about $5, enough to pay for the gas that it took me to get up there. But I'll take it. Next is going to be this lot of ornaments. I picked these up about a week or 2 before Christmas. They sold after Christmas, obviously, but they still sold for good money. So I paid $2 a piece. There's 5 of them. You'll see them up all on the screen. And the whole set sold for $68. I took an offer. I had it up for higher, but that's fine. $68. It's after Christmas. These guys, they're glass, so I'm going to go ahead and bubble wrap them and put them back into these little cases. I want to make sure that they make it there in one piece. I saved the best for last. Silverware. This guy is heavy. I don't know what he weighs. I got my scale right there, but he's heavy. So this particular design is called Twin Star. Google Lens is your friend. If you haven't downloaded that, download Google Lens. You could take a picture of something and it'll tell you exactly what it's called. So obviously I know it's Oneida. That is the only brand of silverware that I pick up. And this, the design, Google Lens told me that it was Twin Star. So I paid $20 for this bag. It's a full collection. I counted them all out. I listed it how it is. I took an offer of $340 plus shipping. Yeah, for silverware. So if you can get your hands on Oneida, I always look it up. Always. Oneida is a very, very good brand. This is the big stuff that I wanted to show you right now. Next up, I'm going to show you the smaller stuff because I still feel like those little bread and butter items, it adds up. So yeah, it took me probably 45 minutes last night to package up those 14 items. And I had a gross, or no, that would have been a net profit of over 200. So for 45 minutes, who knows how long it took me to list and organize all of it, source it. All right, so 200 bucks. I'm still going to take it. That pays for gas, that pays for groceries, that pays for everything that's ridiculously expensive right now. So, yeah, 14 items for a gross profit of just over 200. May not seem like a lot, but here it is. If you learn something, you see something that you find at your thrift stores, um, hopefully you'll learn something to grab. So stay tuned. All right, so I just wanted to go over a few things that sold this weekend that are considered my little bread and butter. It's going to be your items that are like $10 to $20 range, but you have enough of them and it adds up. So real quick, we had a bunch of video games. This was a stack of PS3 games that I picked up. I paid maybe $1 or so each, and I finally just had the time to go through all of them, test them all, and get them all listed. This dragon speaking, whatever this is, a voice, I don't even know. But whatever it is, it sold for $25, and I think I paid $1 or $2 for that. The ring stick up camera cord, this was for free. I had a whole box of stuff from Ring as far as accessories go. They went ahead and let me just take the box for free, and that made $8. We've got this little Garmin. This one is actually a pretty decent find. I paid $5 for it. It's a little handheld golf GPS. I've found these a few times, so for $5 to flip it to 40, that was a good one. I picked up a box of all these little tools for golf drivers. I paid $0.25 each. I think I was in at like $6 between all of these different tools, a bunch of head covers. So a minute a quarter. I'm happy to make $8. We've got this Camaro guide that was free, given from family. Got $20 for it. This Logitech, I always look for Logitechs, especially these ones with that little ball on it. I do have a lot of luck with these, especially if they work. This one did not work, so I was selling it for parts. Got $13. I'm not going to complain. We've got some vacuum accessories. I'm always grabbing these, especially because people undervalue them all the time. AM FM Sony radio player, $15, easy flip. Vitamix pusher, again, I paid $0.25, sold for $14. And then the ceiling fan remote. So this one was a good find. I think it was $2 or $3. It was in the hardware section, my new favorite place to source, and it sold for $40. So as you can see, it all adds up to give me a weekend of over $1,000 in gross profit. So if hopefully you saw something that you will watch for when you go to your next estate sale or Goodwill, sourcing for your eBay business. And again, if you like what you saw, please hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.